All right, living environment fans, what does it mean to be human? That's what we're studying now, and we'll do the Bellringer. I mean, it's all I know how to be is human, but it's fun to try to compare that to things that are not human and see what we have in common and what our differences are. And so that's what we're studying in this last unit. So let's do the Bellringer and let's have a good day. That means you. Da 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 do 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 da 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 do do. All right. Da 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 do do do. Hey now. Da 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 do do. Mr. Kovacs class. It's really fun. It's Mr. Kovacs class. You might learn a ton. It's Mr. Kovacs class. It's interesting too. It's Mr. Kovacs class. And he's super cool. It's Mr. Kovacs class. Brains. Yeah, the human brain. Hey, we were looking at our brain. First of all, it's got a huge caloric requirement. Do you remember how much? Good. Yeah. That's a lot, you know? And of course, the brain has different parts, and humanity is really defined by this part, the cerebral cortex, the kind of front part of the brain, especially the frontal lobe, where all of your memories and ideas are kept. All of your processing thinking is done here. Okay. Another part that's fairly big in humans is the occipital lobe, which processes visual information. So, as I said before, your eyes don't see. Your eyes just collect light. Your brain does all the seeing. Okay, so it is weird to think that all of your memory and basically your personality is just a bunch of cells connected to each other. And we know that's for sure because if we know that what happens, that if parts of those parts are damaged, people lose those things, right? And so let's click on through to all of what kinds of things damage the brain, right? You know, right? So we call this when a section of the brain doesn't get enough blood to keep those cells alive. Those cells start to die. You can get some damage. Those are called strokes. There's two types of strokes, right? Hemorrhagic and ischemic strokes. Right? What else did we study? We studied these when you get a mass of cells that continuously divides and divides and divides and divides. You get this lump of cells that not only are stealing nutrients and taking up space, but also aren't doing what they're supposed to do, right? That's called, well, you tell me, what's that called? And we talked about some cells themselves malfunction, and you get various issues with those cells, right? Like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Or maybe you get an infection like triple E. And then finally, there are even some genetic, right, disease, brain disorders or conditions like Tay-Sachs, right? And we talked about this before. Yeah, this is a good review of our genetics unit. All right, we're going to get to work today. You're going to read more about the human brain. And then, yeah, if you have lab today, we've got some things for you to do in lab, and we'll finally get caught up with everything. All right.